many of the same people who went through those types of adult educations or K through 12, even if they're younger, were out on the streets this weekend in protest of, I don't really understand, to be honest. It's like the Cory Booker speech. No one really knows what exactly they're protesting. Just they want you to know they're angry and hands off, which seems like a better slogan for the Me Too movement than whatever this. What do you mean? Hands off what? She's wearing the Statue of Liberty outfit, or is that a he? Forgive me, madam. It's difficult to tell. And there was plenty of that weird mania on the streets at these protests too, Victor. I'm going to give you one that has it all. Here's a taste of what we heard from these, I don't know, how many groups? 150 groups at various protests, the hands-off protests this weekend. Take a listen to SOT 8.
I am Black. I am Filipino-Japanese, second generation. I'm a disabled trans man. But I'm also a Medicaid patient. I'm also a person who uses food stamps. I'm also a person who has been through houselessness in this country. I am also a person who has gone through substance use and addiction. And most of all, I am a patient of Planned Parenthood.
Oh, my Lord. What?
I am everything that Donald Trump and Elon Musk want to erase.
I'm gluten-free. She hit it all.
Yeah. The thing about all of them is they never present any evidence. So she says, I am everything he wants to erase. And this is what he said. And this is what he did that proves my point. It's the same thing with Donald Trump is a fascist. Chris Matthews the other day was saying, no, he's a Muslim. Just tell us exactly what he's done. And if it's any different than any other president, and then make your case. And, I was always taught by my 5th grade composition teacher that when you're writing or speaking, she would say, now, Victor, remember to limit the first person I to 1 or 2 times. All these people have one thing in common. She says, I am. It wasn't about the message. It was about me. And that's something that we forget sometimes. This entire therapeutic left-wing movement is predicated on narcissism and I don't really care what their stories are. I want to hear their ideas and their arguments and whether they'll stand antitheses. But it's always about me. When I was
Let me give you one more. This
yeah.
person is playing right into your hands. Watch this. This is from the DC rally. 7.
My name is Gracia Martinez Rosas. I am an immigrant. I am undocumented, unafraid, queer, and unashamed.
And all of the proper boxes are checked. You're exactly right.
What would be so hard to say, I came here illegally, I have mastered the English language, I'm obviously have some means, and I took a couple of weeks and filled out some forms and got a green card, and then I decided I wanted to get citizenship and I applied for it. What is so hard about that? Instead of just saying, I came to the country, I found out I was illegal, I didn't do anything about it, and if anybody wants to enforce the law of my host, then blah, blah, blah. But again, it's this arrogance. It's all about me, and what I have to do and what you have to do for me. And a lot of people who listen to that just say, I don't have to do anything for you. I follow the law. I can't pick and choose to say, you know what? I am Victor Hanson, and I have had this happen to me, and I had that happen, and I don't have to go 60 miles an hour in a 50-mile-an-hour zone. I can just do what I want. And that's what people are tired of. It's this therapeutic, narcissistic self-infatuation.
The meltdown, though, about Trump's alleged excesses, Elon's a different story. We'll see. But the Trump alleged excesses are interesting to me. They're interesting to me because people who you and I both know and like are joining in on some of that. Your old pals and my pals, too, at National Review have been very critical of Trump, the deportations, taking people to the El Salvadorian prison, his crackdown on a couple of law firms saying, you know what, you're no longer, the federal government doesn't want to do business with you, Perkins Coie. You who unleashed through Hillary campaign spying and Russiagate on me. I don't actually think the federal government should be doing business with you. And same for you, Paul Weiss, who rushed to hire the one guy who made it his mission to prosecute me when he worked for Alvin Bragg. And when Alvin Bragg wouldn't prosecute me, wrote a whole book about how I should be prosecuted. And ultimately, Tish James took up the mantle and sued me and got an award for $500 million, bankrupting or threatening to my company. Trump said, you know what? I don't think the federal government should be in business with these two particular law firms. Well, my friends at National Review, who are honest brokers, wrote very, very critical pieces saying that's basically a bill of attainder, and that, you know, we're shipping off people to a jail without having them tried and convicted on criminal charges. And so that's what they're talking about. This is fascism. This is not us. And this guy, I don't lump in with the National Review crew, but he is a lawyer. He is definitely a Trump hater, and he is starting to lose it over, in the case of Paul Weiss, that one of those law firms, they bent the knee to Trump and said, we'll do whatever you want us to do. Please don't do this to us. And Trump got his way. And half of Paul Weiss is just apoplectic now. They're very sad. Paul Weiss, one of the founding partners, 2 grandchildren, wrote this scathing letter like, our grandpa would never have wanted this. Shame on you. And here is George Conway, formerly married to Kellyanne Conway and a respected lawyer, along with Sarah Longwell, who I believe is also a lawyer, and his partner on his podcast, talking about the legal profession and Trump. Saw it too.
When I read that letter, I was just moved by it, because it really conveyed everything. People want to stand up for something, and I wanted them to know people are listening to them, and it was good to know that people are listening to us. We're all in this together, and this is a fight for so much more than profits for partner. This is a fight for democracy. This is a fight for the rule of law. And some people just don't give a shit, and that makes me angry.
You know, you join the legal profession and they hit you with, I have a lot of really good friends who are lawyers, they hit you with a lot of like, this is a revered profession. Yep. You have a real role that you play in society. Yep. There are these invisible lines that you help maintain for the Constitution. And then to have everybody just act then like it doesn't matter at all is bizarre.
Spouses. You know, it hurts.
Literally in tears. But I heard none of that when they unleashed the Lawfare campaign against Trump, Victor. Those norms don't count when we're summing up the norm breaking.
I would ask Mr. Conway, why do you think that on November 18th of 2022, 3 things happened simultaneously? Nathan Wade, the Paramore lead prosecutor of Fannie Willis's circus, was in the White House talking with the White House counsel and billing him the hours. The same day, Michael Colangelo left the DOJ under Merrick Garland, and he had come there from working with Letitia James. He left to go to work for Alvin Bragg. And third, on that same day, Joe Biden had Merrick Garland appoint Jack Smith, the federal prosecutor. And why did they do that? Because they knew Donald Trump was going to announce his candidacy to run again. That happened all the time. All of that was lawfare, and Joe Biden was on record saying, why wasn't he indicted? After he left office, he said he had a regret about Merrick Garland because he didn't go after Jack Smith. Jack Smith didn't go after soon enough. Everybody knows that. They know the whole thing, that they staged the whole Mar-a-Lago raid to get 100 files out of taking 13,000 of them. It was 0.008%, and they brought little tags to do it, and they messed it up and took an arranged photograph. 25 states tried to take him off the ballot, and they knew that was illegal. Kevin Kleinsmith, one of the lawyers in the entire Russian collusion, FBI law, doctored and forged a document, and he went before one of the judges involved in all of these, and he got just nothing, no sentence at all compared to what the people who were, parading around nonviolently on January 6th. So the whole legal system has been weaponized. Everybody knows that.
Tariff wars, stubborn inflation. No wonder gold has been routinely hitting all-time highs. In volatile markets like the one we have now, don't sit on the sidelines with your head in the sand. You can take control and safeguard your savings. Aren't you thinking about that today? That's why so many Americans today are turning to Birch Gold Group. They've helped tens of thousands convert an existing IRA or 401k into one in physical gold. Is it time for you to hedge against economic instability or market instability with gold? To learn how to own physical gold in a tax-sheltered account, text MK to the number 989898. Birch Gold will send you a free, no-obligation info kit. Again, just text MK to the number 989898. With an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau and countless 5-star reviews, Birch Gold has helped many protect their savings with gold. It took us decades to get into the tangled mess we're trying to unpack right now. How long will it take to get out of it? And at what cost? Text MK to 989898 today. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.